I said Mario's real name. Do I have dummy written on my forehead? Do you think I'm stupid? What's up, all my aliens? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Naya Barcelona, and here we talk all things beauty, lifestyle, and commentary. But today I come back with something new. Today I got a story time for y'all. This is actually crazy. I never even do story times on my channel because my life is not really that dramatic or like to that extent where I have to do story times. But this right here, I'm coming live to y'all with a girls trip horror story. I have never experienced a girls trip horror story ever in my life. And it's crazy that at my big age now is when I have a horror story. So if this is your first time on my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Get locked into the alien fam because I post every single week. Trying to. I want to get back consistent. I've been doing pretty good. So I posted last week. Feel free to check that out because that does relate to this video today. But anyway, let me just get straight into this because enough with the formalities. If you hear cars in the background, birds, whatever, my bad, but I am in a parking lot and I'm just trying to get this video out for y'all. I needed somewhere to film, so this was the best I could get y'all. And now the lighting has changed. That is very annoying. The sun is shifting and the lighting is changing. Super, super annoying. Hold on, let me try to switch it up real quick. Okay, a little change of scenery because I needed more shade, but now there's way too much light over here, so this is just getting really annoying at this point. But anyway, okay, so back to what I was saying. This video is going to be an Atlanta girls trip horror story, which shouldn't even have been a horror story to begin with, if I'm being honest here. Like, this whole situation could have easily been avoided. This story begins with me in my house, minding my business like I always do, sitting on the internet, dial up and all. I was just minding my business. I was on the computer. I don't even know if I was on the computer, to be honest. All I know is I was in my house minding my business when I get a DM on my Instagram. So I do this thing. I've been doing this thing since January where I post myself every single day at the gym. Haven't done it in a while. Got to get back on it. But I post myself every day at the gym on my Instagram story. It's kind of just to keep myself accountable and inspire people who follow me to get in the gym as well. Now, I get a message from this girl, Mario. Mario tells me something along the lines of, oh, we need to work out together. I wish you lived closer to me because we live in different states. So she was like, oh, I wish you lived closer to me so we can get in the gym together. I'm just like rolling my eyes at this point because honestly, when it comes to the gym, one thing I don't really think is reliable is gym buddies. People will when people see you doing something that they want to do, that's when they hit you with the, oh, we should do this, we should do that. They don't really mean it, to be honest. Because since that post, I haven't even seen Mario get in the gym not one time since writing me that. So Mario was just talking out the side of her neck, to be honest. Like, but especially the gym, when it comes to gym buddies, you might as well just forget about it. Hold yourself accountable and do what you got to do at the gym. Moving forward, now, Mario messages me. And I'm just like, oh, haha, yeah, whatever. We can get in the gym, whatever. Like, have you been going? I don't even know what the heck I replied to her, but I was just like, okay, cool. So then she responds and says, oh, our friend Bowser, I'm going to call this girl Bowser. She was like, oh, Bowser has been in the gym too. We all got to get in the gym together. And I'm like, first of all, me, you, and Bowser all live in 3 different states. We ain't getting in no gym together no time soon. I guarantee you. Okay, this has to be the time frame for this, since I'm going to get into that too. Time frame has to be maybe April, May, sometime. Honestly, I want to say either late April or late May. One of those 2 times. I really can't remember fully, but it was either April, May 2024. So after I get that message and I'm like, she's like, oh yeah, me, you, and Bowser got to get in the gym. I'm like, oh, most def. Just saying the typical nonsense that it's not going to ever happen. You're like, oh yeah, cool, we could do that. Just trying to be nice. So I'm like, all right, yeah, we can get in the gym. That's when Mario was like, oh, let me set up a group chat so we could all hang out. Now, what I didn't add into this story was that me, Mario, and Bowser all went to college together. And now Mario also lives in the same state as our other friend Luigi. So Mario and Luigi are like besties. They live near each other. We all went to school together. Okay, so we're gonna have Mario, Luigi, Toad, Bowser, Donkey Kong, and Dino Piranha. You know that big piranha that be opening his mouth like that too much? That's, we're gonna have Dino Piranha. Once Mario like somehow aligned up me, her, and Bowser and Luigi to get into a group chat, it ended up also being Toad, Donkey Kong, and Dino Piranha in the chat as well. So that's 7 people now all together. Then we added another girl. She won't get no name because I was she doesn't really matter because she didn't end up on the trip anyway. So with those people in the group, we started talking about arranging plans. Now this summer, because they wanted to do it soon, so I told them, I was like, hey, just so y'all know, this summer it's only gonna work for me if y'all come to Atlanta, because I lived out there. I was like, this is only gonna work if you come to Atlanta on this day, because I have a very busy life. That's what people don't understand. When you're a solo traveler, you have no kids, no husband, nothing, you can literally just get up and go. So that's what I do. I get up and go wherever I want to go at any time. So their scheduling was starting to conflict with mine, and I was like, the only way I can make this is if you guys do it on this day, but if not, I'll catch you on the next group trip. Like, there was no pressure to come to Atlanta. Y'all could have went to Puerto Rico, you could have went to Spain, you could have went anywhere. I didn't care. I just wouldn't have been there. At the end of the day, that's the only thing I was saying, was I won't be there, catch you at the next trip. So what happened was, they all agreed. They were all like, all right, bet, that's perfect. We'll come to Atlanta on these days. So the dates were 4th of July weekend. Now, as y'all know, if you live in Atlanta, you know 4th of July weekend in Atlanta is crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Atlanta is a big poppin' tourist city in the US. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be expensive. Georgia taxes are extremely high. I think Atlanta specifically has super high taxes as well. So you're gonna be paying city taxes and all that extra stuff. So as we're trying to organize this, I have another friend. Now her name is Deetra. I'm gonna use her real name because she don't care if I use her name, and I don't care. I'm just to make it easier. Her name's Deetra. So Deetra, I hit her up. No, I asked the group first. I said, hey, do y'all mind if I also add Deetra? Because we all knew her. We all went to school together. And we all lived on the same exact floor except for Dino Piranha, which I believe Dino Piranha did not live on our floor. Once time I ever saw her was with her girlfriend, Diddy Kong. So I don't remember Dino Piranha ever being on our floor at all, to be honest with you. No, was it Diddy Kong? So, see, now I'm getting the names mixed up. I think the girlfriend is Toad. Yeah, Toad. Diddy, Dino Piranha and Toad were together. Jeez, y'all. Hold on, let me get these names together. Okay, so I did mix up the names. I added one extra name by accident, which we could forget about the Diddy Kong person, because that was just the extra name that I added by mistake. Dino Piranha did not live on our floor. I don't remember her living there, but she was always around because she dated Toad. That's it. Now, I asked the group, I was like, hey, do y'all mind if I add Deetra? Like, I think it would be cool to add her too, because we all knew her. We all lived on the same floor in college. We were basically just dorm mates who would go to each other's rooms and be cool. They were all like, oh yeah, we don't mind. The loudest in the room was Toad though. It was like, yeah, definitely add her, blase, blah, whatever. Now this is gonna make sense later on in the story. But Toad was like, oh yeah, just add her into the chat. Like, I love her. Yeah, she's mad cool. I mess with her heavy. Put her in here. So I put Deetra in the chat after I asked her. I was like, hey, because me and Deetra had been making plans to meet up well before this group was even a thing. Like, me and Deetra have spoken consistently since college, which is something I have not done with anybody else in this group. I've not spoken to anybody in this group since college. Actually, minus Mario and Luigi, who came to my birthday like 2 years ago, Then we went to Miami maybe 6 years ago. Well, I went to Miami and I told them I was going to Miami, so they went to Miami too. Like I said, when you're a solo traveler, you just pop out places. And then you let people know after you've already made all your plans. So, with that being said, I put Deetra in the group chat. Everything is going good now at this point. Everything's going smooth. I was letting everyone know. I said, hey, if you guys would like to, you can stay at my house. I don't mind. I'll accommodate y'all. And I was saying this because of two reasons. One, they were all flexible with their schedules and was able to accommodate when I could make this trip. And two, it's a free place to stay. You don't have to pay for a hotel or Airbnb, whatever the case may be. All we gotta do is either pay for Uber or just driving in gas, getting back and forth. Because I lived 30 minutes, 25, 30 minutes outside of Atlanta, depending on the traffic, which isn't bad considering you don't have to pay for anything. So I was like, all right, everybody was like, all right, cool, that works too. We will stay at the house. And so as the conversation kept going, they were trying to put more people into the group chat. I told them in the chat, because now we're at 8 people with the girl who's unnamed. We're at 8 people in this group chat. And I told them, I said, hey, if y'all invite any more bodies, do not tell them they can stay here. Tell them they have to get a hotel. This is way too many people. Even with them alone, it was already too many people. And they also weren't trying to share rooms. People were like, oh, well, I'll just take the couch, which was fine with me. You can take the couch, whatever. But people didn't want to share rooms. And at this big age, we shouldn't have to share rooms. We shouldn't have to be bunking up on top of people. And I was going to give somebody my room as well so that there's just no issues. Everyone has a comfortable solo space to sleep because you want your privacy. Like, nobody wants to be sharing bedrooms. So I was like, all right, that's fine. Y'all can all stay here. Let's just figure out what we're going to do this weekend. So now the plans are starting to go in motion. We're trying to figure out what we're doing for the weekend. And I had let them know I made a Canva link. So you can make little itineraries and whatnot on Canva. So I made a Canva itinerary, and I posted the link in the chat and pinned it. And I said, hey, this is the itinerary that we've come up with so far. Now I'm going to tell you what we came up with. And I still have the itinerary too that I'm going to put in the video. The original itinerary. Friday night. And also, when there's too many people, before I even get into the itinerary, when there's too many people trying to throw suggestions out, it just gets too overcomplicated. Like, the itinerary really could have been a quick little thing if everybody would have just made it that way. Like, everybody was overthinking it, overcomplicating it, and it was just doing too much. So I was like, here's a link that you can edit the itinerary. So with that being said, the itinerary was Friday night. Here's what we had decided. Friday night, everyone comes in, gets settled down. One girl wanted to cook dinner. I didn't really care if she cooked. That was fine. But I figured it's Friday. People are going to be getting in late. People are going to be tired. Most people were driving. Like, nobody doing all that driving. You don't want to do too much. And then my other friend was getting in really late. Deetra. She was coming, she said, sometime late in the evening. So I was like, all right, we might as well just chill, eat, have a relaxed night, drink, whatever. That was Friday. Saturday, we had planned to go see Chris Brown. Now, let's get into this Chris Brown thing. So, we had all planned to see Chris Brown. Toad was the one who was like, all right, I'm gonna buy these tickets. Why would a truck pull up here when I'm trying to tell my story? If y'all hear this truck, I do apologize. It's like a huge truck. But anyway, Toad was like, I'm going to buy the tickets. Here's the price. It came to like 100 something each, maybe no more than 115 each. I already knew at that price we were gonna be in the nosebleed section, like top part balcony. And when it came to the Chris Brown concert, I was supposed to go with my cousin, my older cousin. We were talking about this concert already, and I decided not to go with her so I could go with these people in Atlanta, because he was having so many dates. I decided to go with this group in Atlanta instead. And she was like, oh, maybe I should pop out too. I'm like, it's just my class reunion, so it might not, and I don't really got no space, so we'll have to see. But once the tickets were bought, everything was good. So we decided Saturday night we were gonna go get some we were gonna go get grills made, because I wanted grills for my birthday, which is next week, y'all. B-Day coming up. But I wanted to get grills for my birthday, so we were gonna go get grills made. And I told them that. I told the group, I said, hey, I have plans to go get grills at this flea market. I know y'all are into that kind of stuff too, like flea markets, shopping, whatever. Do y'all want to come with me, or should I reschedule my plan for another day? Here comes Toad. Yeah, I want some grills made too. I'm gonna come with you. I'm like, all right, perfect. And then the other girls were like, all right, we might as well just come too. That's fine. So that was the plan Saturday. Get the grills made, eat, and then go get ready for the concert, enjoy the show. Here goes this truck again. Okay, now, Sunday, we have plans to do a, like a rooftop, just get drinks, brunch. I decided I'm not doing brunch. One thing about brunch in Atlanta, this is not no regular brunch. Atlanta does not play about their brunch. I will say that much. And I don't like brunch in Atlanta. It's too chaotic. It's too busy. It's too many people. So I told them I'm going to opt out of the brunch because I just don't like it. I live here. I go through this. I don't want to do it. I just don't want to. Like, point blank period, I don't want to do it. They were like, oh, come on, just do the brunch. I'm like, no. At the end of the day, no. I don't have to go. I really don't want to go. So they were like, all right, fine. We'll just make our reservations for brunch and call it a day. So that was the plan. And then Monday, trip will be over. Everybody goes home. Sounds solid, right? It sounds pretty solid. It sounds easy and straight to the point. Everybody can see it on the Canva document. And I made it easy for anyone to edit it. I was like, there's a bird now screaming outside. Okay, but I made it easy for everyone to access the link so that if someone did change their mind, because at this point, they're now throwing out a ton of things. Like, at one point, skating was suggested. All types of stuff was just getting thrown out there. And I was like, whatever y'all want to do, add it to the Canva link and just let us know to go check the link. That's it. Easy. Very easy. If there's something you want to do. Oh my gosh. Now there's a car out here beeping. What is going on? Anyway, I'm going to try to talk over it. Hold on. Put my window up. Maybe that'll help. Pretty much, if anybody wanted to change something on the itinerary, all they had to do was click the link, type something in, and tell us to go look at it and agree upon something. Nobody was really picky about what to do, so I figured it'd be pretty easy as far as changing things up in the schedule. It didn't really matter what we did to me, because they're the guests. Like, I live here. I'll do whatever y'all want to do. It's no big deal. So after that, I get a message on Instagram from Mario. From freaking Mario. Now, I'm so mad that I deleted most of the messages because I got a couple of receipts here, but I wish I had more. But from what I do have, I get this message from Mario, right? It says, hey, and you can also pause to read. I put it on the screen. Y'all can pause to read. Wait, I missed one thing. Now, when it comes to the Chris Brown concert, there was a girl in the group, the one that was unnamed. I'm gonna put my window back down because it's really hot. There was a girl in the group, the one that I never gave a name to. Her. She messaged the group and said, hey y'all, I can't make it to the concert because my kid has other obligations and I need to be there. I said, all right, cool. Let me call Toad immediately. So as soon as the unnamed girl had backed out of the trip, I knew there was going to be an extra Chris Brown ticket. So I called Toad right away. Well, at first I texted her and I said, hey, are you going to be busy? Because I was at work. I said, are you going to be busy at 6? I want to give you a call. And she was like, oh yeah, no problem. You can call, whatever. So I called Toad and I said, hey, can I have that ticket? Because I have a friend who lives out in Atlanta who wants to go to the show, but he doesn't have a ticket yet. She told me she already sold it back to Ticketmaster, which, okay, you sold it back, got your money back, whatever. That's what she had told me. She was like, I already sold it back and got the refund, so I don't have it anymore. I was like, oh, all right, no worries. My friend just won't go. I haven't even asked him yet. So I didn't even ask him about I wanted to wait to ask her first if she had it before asking him, because that would make sense. You ask the person, do they still have it? And then you ask the friend if they want to go. She didn't have it anymore. Cool. Now I get this message on Instagram from Mario that says, hey, I know you said you have no more room, but my bestie wants to join us at your house. I'm gonna bleep out her name. She was with me in Miami, the light-skinned girl. She doesn't have to be in the group chat, but is there space for her to bunk? Oh yeah, she's buying her ticket through Toad because she said she had an extra. But I just, mind you, I get this DM after I already called Toad. This was a couple days after I already asked Toad about the ticket. And Toad told me she didn't have a ticket anymore. So how is Mario getting the ticket for her best friend if you already sold it back to Ticketmaster? That doesn't make sense. So I'm assuming Mario sent me this message before even asking Toad anything. Like, she didn't even, and I also assume that Mario told her friend that there's a place for her to stay before asking me. This girl already answered her own question. Hey, I know you said you have no more room. There's your answer. I have no more room. She literally wrote me answering her own question. I told them in the group chat, I don't have any more room, and if you invite anybody else from our school, tell them to get a hotel. This best friend did not go to our school. This is not Luigi. This is a different person than Luigi. This is not Luigi who I named at the beginning of the story. Luigi went to school with us. This girl did not go to school with us. Now, she mentions the Miami trip, which me, her, and Luigi went to Miami like 5 or 6 years ago. I honestly can't even remember. It was so long ago. Had to be like 5 or 6 years ago. Now, I don't remember who this girl is. She said the light-skinned girl. Me? Like, I don't know who this light-skinned girl is. So like I was telling y'all, I don't know this friend. I don't know this bestie. And personally, I don't even want her at my house because I don't want anyone that I don't know staying there. So here's what I replied to her. I said, I don't remember her, but there's already not enough space for all of us. And I told my family they couldn't come because it was just a Shaw U reunion. A college reunion. If you didn't know, I went to Shaw U. Shout out to y'all. Didn't even graduate, but shout out to y'all. The school was hit by a tornado. It was wild. I specifically told her, I don't remember her, and I don't have room. You should have taken that answer as she can't stay because there's no room. Point blank period. There's no room. But Mario continues to try and push. Mind you, I was already thrown off by her asking me about her random friend to come. I was very confused because I'm like, I don't know this girl, and why are you the only person in the whole entire group that didn't realize it was just a college reunion? Like, when did the random guests, like, when did we discuss it could be random guests? It was never communicated in the chat that we were bringing +1s or whatever. Because if that was the case, I would have never said anyone could stay at the house. I'd be like, if y'all gonna bring +1s, go find somewhere to stay because I'm not about to accommodate all these people. So she responds. Mario answers me with, okay. She said she isn't worried about a bed or a room. She can blow up a mattress if need be. No. No. Now here's where I messed up at. Because I should have just sent her a blank, flat out, straight up no. But I was so thrown off that I was like, I don't even have a blow up mattress for her. I don't know if I even have a blow up mattress. Which I did not, by the way. Because when I went and looked, there was no blow up mattress for her. The only one I had was popped. So I said, I don't even know if I have a blow up mattress for her. And that's what I'm trying to say. that I was like, I don't mind at this point, but nobody can stay. I'm not comfortable with people I don't know sleeping over, which already I feel like that's just general etiquette. When you stay at somebody's house, you don't invite strangers to people's house. You don't. I don't care if you've been freaking knowing, if I already knew her anyway, if I met her before and I remembered who she was. You don't invite people, you don't invite strangers to other people's house. You just don't do that. I would never, if somebody invited me to their home, I would never invite a friend that they never met before and be like, yeah, we're both gonna come. I would never do that. It's just, that's just rude in my opinion. So after that conversation, because she didn't even respond, all she said was okay. Like, she didn't give me a real answer. She said, oh, okay. And so after that, I slept on it and I was like, I don't want nobody I don't know staying here. One, my house has expensive things in it. I already am trusting y'all to stay here when I have not even spoken to y'all since college, but because I know y'all and I can find y'all if something happens, that's a different story. This girl, I don't know her at all. So I had called Mario the very next day because after thinking about it, I just didn't want to accommodate that many people. And I also had friends coming, like 5 or 6 friends coming over the very next week. And if you're someone, if you're watching this video right now and you've ever had to accommodate a group of people, like a big group of people, and host at your house, you know how much goes into the cleaning, the getting food. You have to really prepare for people to be at your house. Like, it's not just a quick little one and done, or everyone's sleeping on dirty sheets. Like, you have to clean everything, wash, do laundry, like all that. You gotta buy stuff for people. Like, my mom raised me to be a good host. You have to really be like what am I thinking for? You have to be like a very out there, like an extra host. You have to be very extra. Now, my whole thing is, I'm not running an Airbnb. This is not an Airbnb. This is not a hotel. This is literally my home where me and my family live. So if I don't want people I don't know in my home, in my space, the answer is no. And I feel like she shouldn't even have tried to press it more by saying, oh, we can get an air bed. And this is when I should have just been like, no, instead of saying, I don't mind. I should have been like, girl, no. I'm trying to be nice. I was like, oh, I don't mind. Because I was very annoyed at that point. Like, I was super annoyed that for some reason she didn't get the memo that we weren't inviting extra bodies on this trip. Like, I didn't understand where the confusion was. I had to change my battery, but let's get back into the discussion. Now, where I left off at was Mario had sent me that message and I decided I did not want to accommodate more bodies than necessary because I had people coming in the very next weekend and I was going to be doing double the cleaning, double the hosting, double the work, and I really did not want to do that. But again, I was open to, because my friends were coming. But the less bodies I have to cater to, the better. I give Mario a call. I almost said her real name. Oh snap. I gave Mario a call and got no answer. Mario did not respond at all. And let me just say, Mario's communication was not that great. It's never been that great. As long as I've known Mario, it's never been that great. I then get a text from Mario's boyfriend that says, hey, I have her phone, but once I get it back to her, I'll have her call you. I said, all right, cool. That is fine. And I didn't know who her boyfriend was. I had remembered him from the Miami trip because he came. But the reason why I remember him is because he actually spoke to me and left an impact some way, somehow by speaking to me. Like, I'm not going to remember your random friend. She barely spoke to me. To keep it real, she barely spoke. We didn't really talk that much. Like, the group was so big, we barely spoke. Then, I never get a call back from Mario at all. Again, the communication, not that good. I never get a call back from Mario. And I'm like, you mean to tell me you never saw you had a missed call? Like, for real? So, I messaged Mario and I'm like, hey, just wanted to let you know your friend cannot stay here. I didn't tell her my reasoning because I don't have to. I was like, your friend cannot stay here and just want to let you know. She was like, okay, well, we were already looking at hotels. You could have said that when you respond. Like, you could have communicated that when we first had to talk yesterday. You could have been like, all right, I'm going to look into a hotel. cool. That would have been it. But I was like, all right. After that, let it be what it was. Now, as the weeks go on, we're still in the chat talking, and there's one conversation had. I don't remember what exactly happened, but it was between me and Dino Piranha. Now, at this part, I forgot what brought this up. Something happened, and I had said to Luigi, because Mario was not communicating in the group chat. Well, basically, it was to Mario and Luigi, but Luigi was the one that answered. I was like, are y'all still getting a hotel? Because Mario has also said she don't even know if her friend is coming or not, because she hasn't even asked Toad for the extra concert ticket, which I don't even think Toad had. So I'm like, what's taking you so long to ask Toad about the ticket? Unless Toad lied to me about having it, which would be another thing, which is also not surprising once we get into the story more. But if Toad didn't have the ticket and you haven't asked her yet if your friend can have it and you haven't gotten an answer, why do you still expect her to come? You haven't even secured her place in the trip. Like, it doesn't make sense for her to even come when you haven't secured anything for her. You haven't secured her ticket. You haven't secured her place. Like, what's the point of her even coming? But I digress. Not my problem to find her a place to stay. So I said to somebody, I said to Mario and Luigi, are y'all still getting the hotel? Because again, their friend might not be coming. I said, are y'all still getting the hotel? Because here's some areas, something like that, where I was like, oh, here's the area. And that's when Dino Piranha was like, oh, why y'all getting a hotel? And I was like, ask because she's inviting her friend. I'm like, I don't know, ask. Like, that's the only person who knows. I said Mario's real name. I meant to say ask Mario. Ask Mario why, if they're getting the hotel or not. So Luigi responds and was basically just like, oh, I'm not sure. Whatever. I don't even really remember, to be honest. Like, I've blocked so much of the conversations out of my head. I don't have any of the receipts, but something along the lines of, we don't know, we're still trying to figure it out. And then Luigi was like, oh, I haven't really communicated with her. Again, the poor communication. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all haven't even communicated, and that's crazy because y'all live in the same state. Like, y'all are supposed to be best friends. Y'all see each other more than anybody else in this group chat, and y'all haven't talked about what y'all doing. Plus, you're bringing up +1 who has nowhere to stay. Like, so I was just like, all right, whatever. But because she kept saying, because Mario kept saying, oh, I don't know if she's coming. I don't think she, well, not kept saying, but because she had said previously, I don't think she's coming. She said that a couple times. Like, I don't think she's coming. I don't think she's coming. So I'm like, okay, well, if she doesn't come, that works out. But if y'all need to figure out sooner than later, because if she's not coming, y'all are probably going to end up at my house, which means I need to know if I need to be accommodating y'all. Like, that's what they're not understanding. I think that's what Mario is not understanding. I need to know if I'm going to be accommodating you, because it's not just something you can just pull up at somebody's house and be like, all right, I'm here. It doesn't work like that. You have to communicate with people that you're going to be going to their home. So after that, some more weeks had gone on. But before we get to this part, I did miss one section of the conversation. So as we were planning what to do on Saturday and Sunday, they wanted to go to the club after the Chris Brown concert, which was fine. However, if you live in Atlanta, I'm going to say this again. If you live in Atlanta, you know how hot it is out there. And I don't mean hot like weather. I mean hot like your car about to get broken into or stolen type of hot. So I told the group, I was like, I don't really like going out in Atlanta because it's pretty dangerous. That's all I said. Because I needed to know where we gonna be at. I'm like, just find somewhere. Let me know where y'all trying to go, because I don't really like going out in Atlanta because it's getting dangerous. And it is. I know a few people who had their car broken into out there already within the past 2 years alone. A few people in 2 years is wild. So I just needed to know where we're gonna be at, so I can know where to put my car, because I had already discussed that I was not going to be drinking with these girls, and I was going to be driving myself, because when it's time to get up out of there, I want to get up out of there. which that was fine. So after the little incident where, after the situation where I told Dino Piranha to go ask Mario about the hotel situation, then at this point, I feel as though a side conversation had been made. I feel like low-key Mario was watching the chat and not responding, and I feel like a side conversation had been made after that. So Dino Piranha comes back to the chat and she's like, oh, well, I think we should get a hotel on Saturday because we're going to be at the concert. It makes sense to be close to the concert, and I don't want to have to drink and drive. Mind you, she's not even driving. So what are you talking about? But whatever. She was like, I don't want to drink and drive. We might as well not do that. And Bowser agreed. Bowser was like, yeah, we shouldn't drink and drive. And you're not driving either. Like, all these people who not driving talking about we don't want to drink and drive. Y'all not even driving. Originally, the drivers were going to be me. Well, me, for sure. And a possibility of Toad, because Toad said she wasn't going to get turned up either like that. So, but the rest of them, they wanted to be sloppy drunk. I don't like being sloppy drunk. That's not me. That's never been me. I'm not getting white boy wasted in the middle of Atlanta with 7 girls. No, it's not happening. Dino Piranha came back into the group chat and was like, yeah, maybe we should go to the hotel because I don't want to drink and drive, and I feel like it'll be easiest. Why is this person watching me? Keep going. They were, Dino Piranha and Bowser were both in agreement. They were like, yeah, we should get the hotel. That would be good. Blah, 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 whatever. Now me, I said, I'm not getting no hotel. I live here. I'm not paying for a place to stay. It just doesn't make sense for me to do that. It doesn't make sense for you to do that either, but it's their choice. I'm not begging anyone to stay, and I can't force anyone not to get the hotel if that's what they want to do. Most of the group had responded talking about, oh, all right, that's fine, that's cool, let's do it. Okay, y'all gonna get a hotel Saturday? So now the new plan was Friday night, chill at the house, game night, whatever, cooking, dinner, and then Saturday morning they go check into their hotel. Okay, whatever y'all want to do, that is fine. Then Deetra messages the chat and says, I'm gonna just stick to the original plan. This is a free place to stay. I don't even want to have to worry about paying for lodging, which was fine. That is perfectly fine. I would do the same thing if I was in her shoes. If someone's offering me no cost place to lay my head, I'm gonna do it. Plus Deetra was driving in as well. Her drive was about 3 hours, 2.5 hours. So she had to drive in also. So I was like, I figured you would want to just get in and lay down, lay your head down. You don't want to have to do all that check-in stuff, whatever. Just get in, rest. That's what she had said in the chat. And I was like, all right, so now I'm going to be accommodating everybody Friday and then one for the rest of the weekend. Fine. It is what it is. After that, some more weeks, maybe a couple more weeks went by. Honestly, I don't even know. Maybe like 2 weeks went by. People are still chatting it up, and then another message hits the group chat from Dino Piranha, and here's what it says. I still have these messages because I was sending them to my cousins, irritated. I don't remember the full extent of this conversation, but I'm gonna give what's fresh on my mind as best as I can. So Dino Piranha messages the group chat and says, so I got a question for the group because I like clarity, mainly for Nay, which is me, mainly for me. Bowser replies with an ear emoji, and y'all can read it on the screen with me, whatever. Dino Piranha then sends, since you're not doing brunch with us and possibly the club, if we continue on with the activities, brunch, dinner, club, etc., if we head out to do all this stuff you are opting out of, are we good / safe to come back to the house? Didn't y'all... Okay, first of all, I never said I wasn't going to the club. And second of all, didn't you just say you were going to go get a hotel? Like, now, this is where I'm like, y'all are overthinking this a little too much. And it's not necessary. Because you just said a little while back that you want to get the hotel. And you're going to do that because you want to be close to the concert, close to the club. And you don't want to drink and drive even though you're not driving. Me at this point, I'm confused as why anything's coming back to me about coming to the house, because on Saturday because y'all just said y'all want to go get the hotel, which was fine. I just said I'm not doing the hotel, and neither was Deetra. She didn't have any interest in that. But I will say, Deetra also did say, I am still down to do what's the best option for the group. She did say that. I will say that. She did. So she was willing to go to the hotel too. It didn't really matter to her. So I was just like, didn't y'all say y'all were going to the hotel? Like, and then I was like, I never said I wasn't going to the club, but I'm confused on why you would need to come back to the house if you're going to be at the hotel. So this is when Dino Piranha, to me, it read like an attitude. And basically she was like, well, we just want to get the hotel for Saturday, and I just want to get some clarity. But if I need to get a hotel for the whole time, let me know. Girl, I just asked you, weren't you getting the hotel for the weekend? How many days are in the weekend? Were you not getting a hotel Saturday and Sunday? I'm so confused. So at this point, I'm like, you could do whatever's best for you. Because one thing I'm not going to do is argue about who's staying at my house. Like that, it doesn't make sense. And it's a very unnecessary conversation at this point. Because y'all already said y'all getting a hotel. So I literally responded with, do what you feel is best for you. Now I'm getting attitude. And we pretty much just left it at, all right, they're going to do the hotel. And that's when a couple hours later, so the chat dies down. And finally, look who pops up, Mario. After all this time with barely any communication in the group chat, Mario pops up with some voice notes. Now she's trying to come at me. And she's talking about, I don't remember exactly verbatim what was said in the voice notes, so I'll give y'all just little tidbits what I can remember. But the first voice note was something along the lines of, I think it's pretty messed up that you're not allowing my friend to stay there. It's very shady because you do know her. You're lying, and you're telling me that you never met her before when you did meet her. When I said in my initial message, I don't remember her and I don't know her. Just because you know her doesn't mean I know her because you brought her around me one time. I don't know the girl.
This is me from the editing room, and I just wanted to say that another thing that Mario had mentioned in her voice note when she was talking was something along the lines of, well, I don't know why Nay would act like she doesn't know my friend. She knows she's a decent person. And I don't like that gaslighting. She's trying to gaslight me after I already told her I don't know the girl. I don't remember the girl. Now she's trying to gaslight me and get sympathy from the group. And that's one thing I really don't like, because just learn how to take no for an answer. All of this drama was so unnecessary.
Period, point blank. And even if I did remember her, I'm not obligated to have her at my house because she's not even my friend. I don't know her. It doesn't make sense. I don't want a stranger at my house. I'm not comfortable with it. I've already stated that. So for you to jump in the text messages coming at me like that is crazy. And it's very entitled. I was being chill all this time, but now I'm turned up because this is what we're not about to do. Like, they think that I'm still the quiet person in school when that's not the case. We've had over 15 years of personal growth. Well, some of us have. I don't know about the entire group, but some of us have had over 15 years of growth. You knew me when I was a kid. So now at this point, I'm like, I responded to her and I'm like, girl, I don't know your friend. It doesn't matter what you think. Like, if I'm telling you I don't know her, I don't know her name, her face, nothing. I don't remember that night at all in Miami or anything from that weekend. I don't know her. I don't have to host her, period, point blank. That's the end. What I said is what I said. It's really what I'm saying back to her. So then she responds back to me with another voice note and says something along the lines of, oh, it's still messed up. You're lying. And I've been to your house. I know you have plenty of space to host people. Pause right there. When I heard that part of the message, I was like, now we got a problem. And now you can't even stay here either if she doesn't come, because you're not about to tell me just because you've been to my house, you know I got space for somebody. You don't know jack squat. You don't know if I have family here. You don't know if I have tenants here. You don't know what I have going on at this house. You can't tell me, oh, I know you got space up in there because I've been in there. It doesn't matter if you went to Drake's OVO mansion for 2 months to watch him duke it out with Kendrick Lamar. If Drake invites you back to the house and you want to bring a stranger and he tells you no, no means no. He is not obligated to invite your stranger into his house. It doesn't matter how long you've been at somebody's house, when you've been to somebody's house, and that's just crazy to me that she really thought she could say, because she's been to my house, she knows I have space. When there's 7 girls coming into my house, I don't have space. I don't even have 7 rooms for these 7 girls. Like, that's the real tea. I don't have 7 individual rooms for all 7 people who want to come over and don't want to share rooms. I'm trying to accommodate everybody comfortably. So no, I don't have space for your friend. And essentially, that's what was said at the end. The last message I sent was, I don't have to accommodate her. Whatever you want, you can think what you want to think, but I don't have to accommodate her, and that's the end of the story. So she sends a whole nother long voice note. I didn't even bother to listen to it. I just replied, girl, I don't care. And then she left the group chat. In all honesty, I didn't care. At that point, I was like, bro, I'm way too old to be arguing over people staying at my house. I'm not doing that, and at this point, I don't care. Because it seems like y'all are having outside conversations, which is wild to me. Because also, when Dino Piranha had came back talking about the hotel, Bowser had jumped into the conversation saying, oh, well, we just felt like we didn't want to come into your house at all times of the night if you didn't come. When was that said in the conversation? That was never said in the group chat, which is why I said earlier, I think a separate group chat was made with just them, not me in it. They had a separate group chat made where they could discuss things when it didn't make sense to do that. They could have easily just put it in the regular group chat like, hey, we don't want to come into your house too late. Are you going to be at the club or no? I don't understand why the communication is so terrible, or why there has to be side conversations being had. Like, that's my whole thing. I don't understand where all the side convos and where all the mishaps are coming from. Because if someone would have just said in the chat, like, hey, we do want to come back to the house Saturday. Are you coming to the club? I would have been like, oh yeah, I'm going to the club after the concert. And that would have resolved any confusion. Like, I don't even know how they took me saying Atlanta is dangerous as me not going to the concert. I mean, going to the club. I didn't understand that. So Deetra messages me outside the chat. Now, this is the first time me and Deetra are chatting outside the group chat, because now she's confused too, and she's trying to get clarification too without being in all the mess. And she was like, hey, I just want you to know that I'm still sticking to the original plan. I'm not sure like what's like going on right now, but there's a lot is happening in the group chat, and I'm just trying to let you know I'm still gonna stay at your house. I'm like, all right, perfect, that is fine. But then the next day, Deetra sends a message to the group chat, and she was like, hey y'all, I found this hotel. It's right next to the concert venue. If y'all want to go, let me know. It's walking distance to the concert. I can get us a little discount. We could stay there. That's perfect. Like, that is perfect. And the hotel had public parking, so I can park my car there if I need to. Perfect. So Bowser then hops in the chat instantly. Well, I already got my hotel after yesterday. Okay. It would have been nice if you said something, though. You could have said, hey, you know what? To avoid any more conflict, I'm going to get my hotel right now. That's all you have to do. Just communicate what y'all are doing. Because y'all are having outside chats and then bringing it back to the main chat as if we know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. So, well, I'm assuming there's outside chats, because I don't know where the whole I don't want to come in the house at all times of night thing came from, because that was never said. What was said was, I don't want to be drinking and driving, even though you're not even driving. But that's what was originally said. And we also could have just got a car service. Like, it was never that deep. We easily could have did a car service, and that would have still been cheaper than an Uber. Like, at the end of the day, that would have been cheaper than Uber to just get car service. But anyway, I ended up telling Deetra, I'm like, look, I'm gonna let you know now, it's some funny business going on in the chat that I feel like is happening. So I'm about to just not respond no more until July 1st, when it's time to get close to the trip. Like, I'm not answering any more questions about this. Bowser already got her hotel. I'm assuming the rest of them are going to get a hotel because nobody's speaking. Nobody wants to speak up. Everybody wants to jump on me, but no one else wants to speak up. So it is what it is at this point. I'm over it. I'm not responding to anybody else in that chat until July. Deetra was like, you know what? I don't even care because these girls really weren't my friends. Like, I'm cool with them and I'm cool with Toad. Deetra and Toad talk consistently as well. They honestly talk more than me and Deetra talk. I didn't even realize they talk that much. I didn't know they were really friends like that. So Deetra was like, yeah, that's the only one I really talk to. So I'ma just fall back as well until we can get the plans together. Which, I mean, that was Deetra's choice. That's fine. Like, I have no issue with that. I just stopped talking in the chat because I'm like, I'm over this group. I honestly don't even want to go out with y'all no more for real at this point, now that I'm getting annoyed. But I was like, let me just stay optimistic about the trip, and maybe Mario will come back and want to resolve the issue, which she never did, by the way. She never came back to resolve the issue, so I assumed Mario is not staying here. I was like, after the argument that just happened, Mario cannot stay here regardless. Like, that was beyond disrespectful, and I don't take that lightly. So, I'm sorry, but Mario can't stay here. And unfortunately, Luigi was a casualty of war because they were coming together. They were driving in as a duo. That's just how it is when you want to hang with the op. At this point, she's an op. Some time goes on. It's maybe like July 1st. It might be July 1st. And I think it was Luigi came to the chat and was like, hey, y'all, we got one more week. Oh, no, it was 2 weeks to the trip. I remember vividly now. 2 weeks before the trip, Luigi comes in the group chat and she's like, hey, y'all, we got one more week left. Like, what y'all wearing to the concert? And I was like, I'm not even responding. Do y'all even really care what I'm wearing to the concert? No. And the plan was to wear elements because Chris Brown's concert was the 4 elements. And I was going to do fire. But after all that, I was like, I'm doing my own thing. I don't care what... I don't care. We were all going to wear element. But now I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't even care no more. So I didn't respond. They're in the group talking about their outfits. Cool. Then comes July 5th. July 5th is the day we're all supposed to be getting together. This is Friday. This is Friday, the weekend of the trip. This is day 1 of the itinerary. Friday, July 5th. So I messaged the chat. And I'm like, hey, what time are y'all going to be getting into town? Because I have to run some quick errands, but I know we're supposed to meet at the flea market. I want to know what time we're meeting at the flea market. We had switched some plans around and had agreed to meet at the flea market Friday. Since some people were getting in so early, we needed something to do. So we just rearranged the plan a little bit. So me and Toad were going to go get grills made after she picked up Bowser and Dino Piranha from the airport. That was the plan. So Dino Piranha answered. She was like, hey, I'll be in at 9 a.m. I said, all right, cool. I'm sitting here waiting on Toad and Bowser to answer because Toad is the driver. I'm waiting. Toad drove in. So I'm waiting on Toad to answer the question because she's the one that's getting the grills made with me. No answer for like a few hours. Maybe like, I want to say like 4 hours went by and I did not hear anything from Toad. And I was like, all right, if at this point, because I was already annoyed about the attitudes from prior conversation, I was like, if nobody responds to me in this chat, I am completely done with this entire group. Like, because it's clear that there's animosity. No one tried to resolve it. I'm not responding to nobody in this group. If by tonight I don't hear anything from anybody and I don't get to get my grills made, oh, I'm not answering nobody in this chat. Nobody. And Dino was the only one, Dino Piranha was the only one that answered that whole entire day. And I knew they were together because my intuition was telling me they were together because I was looking on my Instagram. Mind you, I don't really watch Instagram stories like that. I don't really have the desire to. I hate watching Instagram stories. So I saw on Facebook, they were all posting little things like, oh, in ATL, or on their Instagram notes, the new notes feature, they were putting like ATL with a peach. I'm like, they're definitely together. I didn't watch any of their stuff, but I knew in my instinct they were together. I'm like, no one has responded to me, but they're all writing to each other. Now, Deetra was going through a lot. She was doing her own thing. I was just waiting for her to get into town. Because she was driving. But I'm also waiting on the rest of the group to message me back to let me know what's going on. Like, what the heck? So no one responds to me at all. And at this point, in my mind, I was like, oh yeah, I'm done. When the evening came, and I didn't hear from any single person, I was like, oh yeah, I'm good. I'm completely good, because I can see that they're trying to ghost me. They're literally trying to ghost me and leave me hanging and leave me out the group. So I was already over it. Like, I don't get angry. I don't be yelling at people, cursing people out, arguing, because that takes too much energy. I'm the kind of person, it takes a lot to get me up here. I'm here at all times, very cool, calm, level-headed, because you can't argue with people. You can't. You got to let them argue with themselves and crash out. You cannot argue with people. Let them just get angry and argue with themselves. So I did not respond. I didn't say anything. No one responded to me. I said, all right, that's fine. Y'all want to single me out? That is okay. That's fine. Like, it just goes to show that y'all are not adults. You haven't grown much since college. And y'all are all followers, because you clearly all followed Mario, whatever Mario was doing, which is fine. But at the end of the day, if we were all really friends, somebody would have stepped in and been like, nah, that's not right. Like, we're way too grown. We should be able to resolve the issue. But since no one stepped in, I can see where everybody was at with it. So I was like, I'm good. I'm completely good. So the next morning, so I'm texting Deetra. I'm like, are you coming? Because it's like going on 10, 11 o'clock at night. She told me she was going to be late. I was like, are you coming? Are you on your way? Like, what's your ETA? And she was like, I got to get there tomorrow because I got to figure some stuff out at home first. I was like, all right, cool. She does that. The next morning comes around. Saturday morning, July 6th. It's the morning of the Chris Brown concert, y'all. I'm hype. I'm ready for this concert. Toad, she messages the group chat, and finally Toad pops up. Toad been quiet all this time, not saying nothing. Now you want to pop up talking about, hey y'all, Chris Brown tonight. Did everybody make it into town today or yesterday? Do I have dummy written on my forehead? Do you think I'm stupid? Just because I don't watch your Instagram stories doesn't mean I don't know what's going on. I knew they were all together last night, so I was like, let me go watch a couple stories and see what's up. So my intuition was correct. I clicked on Dino Piranha's Instagram story, and sure enough, they were all there together Friday night at Boogaloo Lounge. And I knew it was Boogaloo Lounge. I believe Boogaloo Lounge. I'm pretty sure it was, because one, Bowser had expressed interest in it, and two, I know those chairs, those swinging chairs. If you live in Atlanta and there's another club with those those swinging chair thingies, let me know which club it is. But I'm pretty sure that was Boogaloo Lounge that they were all at on Friday night, and they never responded to me, but they all went out together and left me and Deetra out of it. They didn't even tell Deetra they were going, which is also messed up, especially on Toad's behalf, because you and Deetra are supposed to be friends. Deetra had expressed to me that her and Toad were like this. They were cool. They were always chatting it up. So I didn't realize that no one had told Deetra the plan either. Like, that was beyond me, because Deetra didn't even do anything to y'all. And Deetra was also trying to help find the hotel. So I thought that was really messed up that she got singled out as well. But again, I guess Deetra was a casualty of war the same way Luigi would have been a casualty of war. After that, Deetra messages the group chat and she's like, hey y'all, I'm on my way right now. Cool. I called Deetra. I said, Deetra, don't answer those messages. They went out last night together. I don't know why Toad put that message in the group chat, but she's trying to be funny and she's being immature. She's being childish. Don't answer any more messages in that chat. And so that was around maybe 10 in the morning, 9, 10 in the morning when Toad had sent that message. So I told Deetra straight up, I was like, Deetra, do not answer any more of those messages. She's trying to be funny. They were all together yesterday. You can literally go watch their Instagram stories. And Deetra was taken aback. She was like, whoa, the reason why I didn't come yesterday is because I thought there was no plans. Like, she was like, if somebody would have told me y'all were going out, I would have shown up. I'm like, girl, they're trying to be funny. Do not respond. Like, at this point, it's this 7 person trip has become a duo because 5 of them have ghosted us. Completely ghosted. But Toad wants to be funny now. So after I seen that message, I was like, I don't want to go to the concert with these girls. And to be honest, I never wanted to sit in those nosebleed seats. I was only agreeing to sit there because, one, it was a cheap price that would accommodate the whole entire group in that section, all 7 people. I was like, I don't want to sit there. I don't want to be with those girls. I don't want nothing to do with that group at this point. Y'all not about to ruin Chris Brown for me. Ain't no way. That's my favorite artist. Like, y'all not ruining Chris Brown. Absolutely not. I did not respond. Nobody else responded. So I'm assuming they were all together. So there was no need for a response, by the way, because y'all were already all together. So why are you even asking the group chat, oh, did everyone make it in town? You would have been better off just staying silent the whole time like you've been silent. I would have respected that more than some weird behavior like leaving a message like that. Like, I just didn't like that. And it really just put me off from the whole group. So I decided to just not respond and leave it at what it is. Unfortunately, Deetra responded, but I put her on. So after Toad has sent that message and I decided not to respond, I made a little hello. Floor seats, baby. That's all it took, was a quick phone call to get some floor seats to the Chris Brown concert. I was so excited. Deetra was excited. We were screaming. She was screaming when she got to the house. We were hyped because our seats was right at the stage. Like, the little circular stage. If you've seen the videos of the concert, there's a little round stage where he performs like 4 or 5 songs. I could have reached my hand out and touched that stage. That's how close we were sitting to that. We could see the tattoos in detail. That's how close we were sitting to Chris Brown. Like, I was hype. She was hype. The show started at 7:30. Toad sent us our tickets at 6:50. So we got a message from Toad at around 9 a.m. and at 6:50 p.m. And from nobody else. No one else had written in the group chat saying anything. That's how I knew they were already together. It was unnecessary to say how'd y'all make it in, or when did y'all make it in town, or whatever the heck was said. It was unnecessary and it was very childish in my opinion. But we had floor seats, so I didn't even care about all that. After that, I went into my own world because I was so excited to see Chris Brown on the floor. I've never been that close to that man. I was just, internally, I was screaming. 13-year-old me was crying, real tears. Like, y'all don't even know. I love Chris Brown so much. But anyway, so we get to the concert venue, and what was I saying? 6:50 we get the tickets when the show was at 7:30. But we wanted to get there late anyway because we didn't really care to see Money Long. But we got there when she performed, and she actually did a really good job. So I'm actually kind of happy I did see her, even though I didn't really care to. But we did see her. We had Bow Wow in our section. Yo, it was lit down there. After all that, we get to the concert venue, get into our seats. Now, Chris Brown came on at around 9. So I get a text message around maybe 8 o'clock from Luigi in the group chat. Deetra left the group chat. I don't know why. I don't remember why she left the group chat. I think she was just over it. She left the group chat, but I stayed in there. I was like, I'm not leaving this group chat. So Deetra left the group chat, but then there's a message comes to the group chat from Luigi, and she's like, hey, are y'all coming? Where are you? I didn't respond because, again, I had completely checked out of this friend group. Unfortunately, I was very checked out. I was over it. I didn't want anything to do with them anymore because I just feel like the whole situation was stupid, and my hands were being washed. My hands were washed of the whole situation. I was over it. I was on the floor seeing Chris Brown, so I was just hyped. I was in my own world. So then Bowser responds and is like, well, seeing as how Deetra left the group chat, I think they're fine. Now, I'm assuming that they thought we weren't coming to the show at all. That's what I think. I think they thought that we just had ditched them and weren't coming at all. But I then get another chat outside the group chat from Luigi. And I'm like, why y'all send Luigi to text me? Why none of y'all text me? And I think it's because in college, me and Luigi were very close, which is another reason why I also was very hurt by Luigi not advocating for me, because me and you were cool in school, and if you seen that those girls were doing me dirty, you should have said something, and you didn't. You had no backbone. You stayed quiet. You didn't say anything, and you followed behind Mario instead of being like, you know what, y'all, this is not right. We should actually invite her out. You said nothing at all when we were more cool than anybody else in the group. Like, to me and her were like super cool. So I'm like, you're really messed up for that as well. Because if the shoe's on the other foot, I'm not letting them single out anybody else. Like, that's not happening, because we're too grown for that. Like, some of these people have degrees and kids and families. Like, y'all are way too old to be acting like this. So I just ignored her message too. I was like, I'm good. So me being a little petty, messy Betty, I waited until Chris Brown got to the stage that I was on, took a couple videos, posted them on my Instagram story, and then I left the group chat, because that's when you get notification like, oh, such and such left the chat. So once that, what I was hoping for was that they would see I left the chat and then come check my Instagram story, which they did later. And I'm like, I just hope y'all are sick. I hope y'all are sick knowing that y'all ghosted me, so you got ghosted back. Like, I don't do that funny stuff. I don't like the drama, the mean girl stuff. I don't like how they treated Deetra. I don't like how that whole situation went, especially with Toad not advocating for her supposed friend. Like, that, it's just messed up to me. I don't like that, and I would rather enjoy my concert with somebody that likes me and that wants to be there with me. So me and Deetra got floor seats. End of story. That's what it was. We went to the floor and we had a grand old time, dancing, chilling. We made friends down there. It was lit. Like, we had a good old time at that concert. I did not care about anything else. Before and after, I was completely checked out. I just wanted to see Chris Brown, and that was it. So after the show, I did leave. Well, before the show ended, I left the chat, enjoyed myself. Then on Sunday, the very next day, we went to this pop-up shop that Chris Brown was hosting with his team for Nami, which is his the Oracles. He has the Nami slides, and he has some Oracles merch. So I went and bought a cute t-shirt. Some of his dancers were there to meet some of his dancers. I met this guy named Sketch. Amazing dancer. If you're at the Chris Brown show, look for him. He's a super dope dancer, very nice person. I loved it. And then it turned into a party. So we ended up just chilling there the whole night, dancing. Like, it really became a party. And then we also met these other two girls there. We made new friends. Like, it was really a vibe. And I'm happy that that's what we went to do Sunday, because Sunday was a more chill day. And then after the party, we went back to my house with my friends for some game night. Like, my ATL friends. And I think that's kind of where the group kind of also was mistaken, because I think if they thought they left me out of the plans, I would be singled out, but they forgot I lived there. So I have people there I can hang out with still. Like, my weekend did not revolve around this trip, which is why it was so easy for me to check out of it, because I could do other things. I can hang with other people. I can get Deetra other activities to do. Like, nothing depended on this trip. So when stuff started going a little wobbly and I could sense the energy getting a little fake, I was starting to slowly check out. And that's fine. I was okay with that. Like, I really enjoyed myself. I had so much fun. Deetra had fun. We met those new girls. It was cool. It was a vibe. And now we have plans, the four of us, the new girls that we met, to hang out every year to do a concert. Like, we're going to be doing concerts and shows frequently. So look on the channel for that coming up soon too, because if Chris Brown goes on tour next year, we already discussed it. We're going to be there because it's going to be his 20th anniversary of his first album. So I think he might do it big. He just might. And we, all four of us, want to be there. So I'm going to be traveling out back to Atlanta possibly next year to go see that show. I'm not sure yet, but I do have some plans for next year as well. So it just depends on when the show is, because I'm going to save those plans for when I actually do them and vlog them. But y'all will see. It's big plans. It's really big plans. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, I was over it. And then Deetra gets a text message on her phone. We're just chilling, minding our business in downtown Atlanta, riding a little scooter thingies. Deetra gets a text message talking about some, oh, honestly, I don't remember verbatim, but when she read it, I busted out laughing because it was just so funny. It was something like on the lines of, "You ain't all that, lil mama." And I was just like, who wrote that to you? And she was like, "I don't know who sent this message to me." And I was like, "What's the phone number?" She told me the number, and I knew the area code. I'm like, that's either Mario or Luigi, but it's most likely Mario because Luigi doesn't talk like that. So it's probably Mario who sent you that message. And Deidre just rolled her eyes. And I told her not to respond. I like literally tried to snatch her phone out of her hand because I think that's why they didn't text me. They figured I was not going to answer. But Deidre, she's more of the unhinged one. Like, I'm the angel, she's the demon. Like, she gonna turn up, not me. I don't care to do all that. I'm gonna just pretend you don't exist. I'm good for that. I'm good for acting like you are a non-factor. You are not in my life. You don't exist. It's no skin off my back. But Deidre, oh, she gonna curse you out, not me. I'm not doing all that. So when Mario or Luigi, whoever sent her that, I tried to snatch her phone. I was like, girl, no, don't do it. Do not engage in this foolery. All right, the lighting is changing real bad. So let me try to wrap this story up. We're almost done. But anyway, one thing I did not mention because I didn't know was that Deidre went on Snapchat. I didn't even know people was still on Snapchat like that, like heavily like that. So Deidre went on Snapchat. All of them still use Snapchat apparently. I didn't know this. But Deidre went on Snapchat and she posted like a rant saying something about them, calling them messed up. It was fake. I hope you enjoyed your nosebleed seats. You know, she was going off because she was very actually hurt. Like, she was genuinely hurt that they did that to her. And I don't blame her because what was the reason? What the heck was the reason for singling her out? I don't care if they single out me, but I don't like how they did her either. Like, that wasn't right. And honestly, I think she deserved an apology because she didn't even do nothing to them. But, you know, people, if based on this story, you think she's getting an apology from these people in this group? No one's gonna take accountability. So she went on this rant on Snapchat that I was completely unaware of. And then I guess they all started watching her story. I don't know if they responded to it at all. Like, she didn't really tell me all that. But she did show me the story because I was like, girl, what? She was like, yeah, look at this. So I watched the story and I'm just shaking my head like, girl, do not entertain these folks. Do not give them no type of power over you. Just move accordingly. For me, moving accordingly means, again, cleansing your hands of anyone that's problematic. Because personally, I feel like if someone from your past wants to rekindle, don't. No, I'm just playing. But if it doesn't work out, if things don't work out, just let it be what it is. Don't try to fight and argue with people. Just leave them where they are. Because honestly, this group of friends, my life now is no different than my life with them in it. Like, they didn't add or subtract anything from my life. They added content to my channel, so shout out to y'all for the content. But this didn't take away anything from my life, the progression of my life, money out of my pocket. This took nothing away. Nothing. Literally nothing. So when you have people like that, you just gotta meet them above them. So you don't be better, be better. Like, that's it. So she's the kind of person who's gonna fire back. She's going to respond, which I hate. I hate that she responds. I be telling her, don't reply, but she don't listen. She don't listen to me. The trip, it's Monday. The trip is over. We all part ways. Well, me and her part ways. I don't know about the rest of the group, but me and her parted ways. Went back to our respective duties, minding our business, back to our lives, you know. So Tuesday comes around and Deidre texts me a screenshot of a message she got from Bowser. Now, I'm going to show y'all the message on the screen. You can feel free to pause to read it. But, and I'm also going to censor some words because you're not getting my YouTube channel flagged. But, I was taken aback because, one, the trip had been over. It was already Tuesday. Trip ended Monday. She had already posted her Snapchat story. So, I don't know how Bowser was late to the party seeing it when they were all together. Like, you should have... I guess you should have texted her then when y'all were both in Atlanta and you seen the messages with the rest of the group. I don't know. But I was just very confused by the message. Deetra didn't send me the whole thing because she said it was a whole novel had been sent. She only sent me just that little screenshot that I had on the screen for y'all. But I was just shocked. Well, was I really shocked? No. But I was more so like, girl, you should never even have responded to that. Why did I say it like that? You should not have even responded to that, is what I was saying to her. I was like, we already went to the concert. The trip is over. Let it go. Like, just let it go. It doesn't make sense to argue and bicker back and forth. Everyone's mad grown. Just let it go. It doesn't make sense to be arguing. And she has said, Bowser has said something like, it's gonna be on site when I see you. Like, girl, you're never gonna see her again. Yeah, you don't even like her. When would you ever see her again? You don't live in the same place. You don't run in the same circles. What is it? This just sounds like high school at this point. So I just was like, yeah, if I get any messages, I'm just gonna ignore them because I don't really care that much to respond. But of course, Deetra responded. She didn't argue. She said that she responded and then blocked her phone number. So I was just like, I mean, that's fine. You did what you had to do. I blocked, I had noticed that Dino Piranha had unfollowed me on Instagram, on all my Instagram pages. So I seen that. I said, well, you know what, girl, I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna block you on all my platforms. So I blocked her on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I just blocked her on everything. So if they did reach out, I wouldn't even get it. So blocked her on everything. And then I restricted everybody else's account. So when you restrict somebody on Instagram, they can't swipe up on your story. They can no longer swipe up on your story. And if they do, I believe it goes into like hidden messages or something like that. So you don't even get their DMs. Like, it goes into the hidden section, like the deepest hidden section of your Instagram DMs. So I'm looking on my page and I see that Mario is liking all my videos of Chris Brown on my story. Like, she's liking every single story. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna do you a favor too. Blocked her on all my platforms. Blocked her on Facebook. Blocked her on Instagram. Just blocked her everywhere. Then I took it upon myself to block all of them. I said, you know what? Y'all not even worth looking at my life after this. Like, if you don't like me, don't watch me. I'm gonna help you not watch me. So I blocked them on everything. The whole group. Blocked the whole group on everything. And now my life is the same. I'm keeping it moving. Like, at the end of the day, that was it. Like, we don't speak. No one has reached out. No one has reached out to Deetra to apologize. I have spoken to Deetra since. We've been planning the next concert, so be on the lookout for that vlog maybe one day soon, because we've been plotting. We might link up in December, because I'm going to Miami in December, so we just might link up. Look out for that, because I'm gonna keep y'all posted. But yeah, we haven't talked at all, which is fine with me. I don't really care. It's not, nothing has changed. Like I said, my life is still the same, and I just feel like I'm never, ever, ever rekindling with people who are from my past. Ever again. If you knew me in my childhood, that's it. You knew me in my childhood. I think that's where they messed up. They thought I was still the same person from childhood when I'm not. It's been a whole 15-something years. Like, we're not the same people. So, yeah, it's been like 15 years. It's been mad long. Like, we're not the same people. So, I was like, I'm good. Deetra's good. We all moving on. I still do think it was messed up that Toad didn't stick up for Deetra. That's, again, none of my business. That's for Deetra to address if and when she feels like it. She probably won't. I don't think she really cares anymore at this point. But I think it should be addressed low-key, because that's really shady. That's real messed up. But she don't care. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. I enjoyed Chris Brown. I want to go again, to be real with you. There's like 5 or 6 shows left. If somebody wants to invest in my ticket to the LA show, let me know. I really want to go. It's on my birthday. I really do want to go. I might try to make that happen. I'm about to go look up the ticket prices, because I want to go.
I also want to add one more thing to this discussion before we end the video. But I don't even think the friend ever even came, which is crazy to me, because Mario did all this over someone who never even ended up showing up to begin with.
But anyway, that's the end of this story. Let me know who you thought was right, wrong, where the lines got crossed, whatever the case may be. If you think I was wrong, let me know. If you think Mario was wrong, let me know. Put your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. If you saw Chris Brown's show, let me know what you thought, because that was the best concert of his I've seen by far. I've been to 3 of his shows. This was the best one, the best curated one. Amazing. Like, I love Chris Brown. I will go and see him until he retires at this point. I'll go and see him every year, because he ate this concert up. Anyway, I'm gonna end this video here because the sun is going down. It's getting pretty dark, which means I'm not gonna have no light in a couple of minutes. But if you enjoyed this video, then please hit that subscribe button, join the alien fam, like the video, leave me a comment, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this whole scenario. I'm sorry the video was so long, but hopefully you've been doing something to take up all the time. I just want to know, what do y'all think? Because I really feel like I was not really wrong here. Only time I messed up was when I told her friend, I didn't give her a definite answer that her friend couldn't come. But other than that, I don't think I was wrong in this situation. So y'all let me know y'all thoughts. And until next time, follow me on all my social media. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Facebook. No, not Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok and Instagram. So follow me over there. Halloween's coming up, y'all. So I'm going to be doing Vlogtober on TikTok and 31 Days of Halloween. So y'all you gotta stay tuned, because I'm starting now, creating content now for that time period. It's going to be crazy. Hopefully y'all can get tuned in. But again, I will see you in the next video. Peace.